Hey, publisher journey video of the day. How you doing? Today I just worked on preparing for my next book. I just published a book about antiques and collectibles. My next book, I have another topic. And after that, I also worked on discovering another topic for my next book. Like, what I want to do is, as of right now, every single day when I'm working, I want to come up with one book idea, one book topic a day. 5 days a week, I want to at least come up with one new topic that I can publish in the future. And what I'm drawn to right now, naturally, I'm doing all topics A to Z. I'm doing bestsellers. I'm also improving my previous books, topics, so I can do a better version of them. And on top of that, I love finding unique niche topics. I just love it because those require less advertising to get started with some form of success. And to be honest, you don't need a hot seller, especially if you're an independent publisher. If you have hundreds of books, right? And each book, generates, let's say 100 books, right? I want to get to 1,000 books, to be honest with you. And my reach for the stars to hit the moon. My thing is, like, I want to get to 1,000 books where each book, reaches out to 1,000 readers a year. Now, that's most likely a very difficult task because not every book is going to sell well. But like Les Brown says, reach for the stars and hit the moon. So, for example, 1,000 book where each book makes $1,000 a month per se. That's $1 million a year, right? That'll be great. 1,000 readers will be more than a million, to be honest with you, because there's more royalties per book. But anyhow, let's say I just dim it down and be more realistic and practical. 1,000 books where I make $100 a month for each book, right? That'd be $100,000 a year. I mean, which it's not that big actually. Let's do it like this. Instead of $100 a year, $100 a month. So 1,000 books times 1,000 books times 100 books a month, $100 a month. That'd be $100,000 a month. That's $1 million a year, right? And each book just sells only $100 a month. That's not that much. So right now, what I'm doing is, like, I'm not looking for, like, it'll be great if I have a book that sells like crazy. It'll be awesome. But you're not gonna get a home run every single time. I could go with singles. If I have 1,000 books where each book makes $100 a month, that's $100,000 a month. That'll be amazing. Just like that. If you dim it down even more, you just need 100 books that makes $100 a month. That's $10,000 a month, right? That's not bad either, right? So what I'm trying to do is to find those books that make $100 a month a lot easier. It's not really the general categories. I will do the general categories because I like to go all topics from A to Z. I will do it. But I love to go on to these unique niche topics. There's big companies like For Dummies. They go into the big topics because they're big corporations, big companies. They have the advertising money and the budget to spend on the advertising and the marketing and the reach. And they're looking for books with big demand in terms of actual readers. But there's books that these Goliaths, just like David and Goliath, these Goliaths cannot do. And you know what these books are? The unique niches, the micro niches, the niche within a niche. It's like me being the David, with my stone and slinging to the Goliath. They can't do these unique niches. So you got to know your strength. If you're not Goliath, don't be Goliath. Be David. And the one way to beat Goliath is focus on your unique abilities and strengths. So for me, as an independent, unique publisher for all topics A to Z, instead of me trying to compete with these Goliaths with these big topics, why not why not use my own stone and sling it on the Goliath by going into these unique niches that they cannot go into? So I like that idea, because when I type in these keywords, these are unique niches, those that are unique niches, then my book will automatically be on the first page of Amazon, the first page of Google, the first page of Kobo, the first page of Apple Books, and hopefully the first page of YouTube when I do advertising. And on top of that, I'm doing advertising as well. And a lot of these other competitors in my space for these unique niches, they don't do advertising on Amazon. They don't do advertising on Facebook. So I get double, triple the benefits organically, Amazon ads and Facebook ads. And a lot of these people in these unique niches, they don't go all platforms, and they don't turn the book into multiple formats as an ebook, paperback, hardback, audiobook. They just don't do it. So for me, you gotta be David. Stop trying to be Goliath if you're not Goliath. Be David, and get your stone and sling it. And that's how you're gonna beat Goliath. Stop. If you're David, stop trying to be Goliath. I'm not 8 feet tall, so I'm not gonna pretend and try to be 8 feet tall, because it's not gonna work. I can't even, pick up the sword by Goliath. So instead, I'm gonna pick up my stone. Find out your unique talents and strengths and abilities. And as an independent publisher, we have the freedom and the flexibility and the independence to be able to publish all topics A to Z, especially if you go for a brand, if you build a brand like me, for my publishing brand HowExpert, where I publish how-to topics and all topics in A to Z. Instead of going to these very competitive niches, why not go into these unique niches? That's the thought of the day I really have in mind.